How's everybody doing today? We are headed to Harbor Freight in Coeur d'Alene to get a winch for our gooseneck trailer or truck. They have them on sale right now till tomorrow. They're 70 bucks off. Read all the reviews on them. It seemed like they're a really good winch for how much they are. And I have a job moving a couple Ford trucks that don't run, and I need a winch to get them on the trailer. So I was going to mount them to the trailer, just weld the plate on the top. There's a good amount of iron up there that's plenty strong enough to handle a winch being up there. And put a battery in the box and all that. And then I saw that they have a mount, winch mount that goes into your hitch, in your receiver. They're 74 bucks, I think. And so I kicked that idea around, and I think we're going to go that route. I'm going to run power from my battery in the truck all the way to back of the truck to plug it in. So that'll keep battery. I always have batteries to run it. I won't have to worry about the battery in the trailer being dead. And I can pull it out of the receiver and put it in my toolbox, lock it in my toolbox, use it to tow stuff on the trailer while I'm still hooked up to it. I'll run a little pulley up off one of the frames of the trailer to get it up off the hitch, over the pulley, and then out to the vehicle I'm towing up on the trailer. But if I get stuck, I can throw it in my hitch and pull my truck out, or if another vehicle that has a hitch a mount on it, I can throw it in that vehicle and take it out somewhere and hook it up and winch something out of it. So it makes it more versatile than just being welded to my trailer. I think I'm going to go that route. So here we go, headed to Coeur d'Alene. So here we are. That thing's a beast. It is way bigger than I thought it was. We had two left. Got one in the cart. And got the mounting kit too for the winch to go in the ball mount. So since the wife came with me, because the kids didn't want to go, kids are babysitting, we came to the Prairie Pavilions. You get a couple Mexican food places, a couple sandwich places. That's a beer place. That in there is an enclosed area to sit and eat, and they've got music and some TVs, and it's like big garage doors that can open in the summer, and you got Messi's Burgers and a coffee place. So it's decent food around here and decent prices. The beer, they got craft beer at that place. We got a couple. That was good. So it's my first time here. I know some other people that cruise by here, but it's pretty good. A nice little place to sit. So check it out if you're up here. Made it home, got the stuff set on the counter. Had that one beer at lunch at the Prairie Pavilion there, and it was a stout. Man, it was heavy. One beer if I wanted to take a nap. Anyways, this is the mount. The ball mount goes in my truck that's going to mount on. Got a couple 6-foot slings. They were on sale. And this snatch block right here, this was actually like 55, 60 bucks. But like I told the wife, so I could buy a cheap China one and take a chance of it popping and breaking, or spend a little bit of money and be able to use it. So I'm going to have to hang that from the top beam of the trailer off of this hook so I can run the cable from the winch up and then out to the trailer. Otherwise it'd be dragging over the front of the trailer. So I'm going to unbox this stuff and see what we got in here. Alright, so I'm going to pull this box open. I know I said cheap China stuff for the snatch block here, which this is expensive China stuff, so it's super, I mean it's hefty and weighty, and it's made good. It's good for 24,000, which you'll pull your truck before you even get close to pulling that much weight. So box is, I mean, super heavy cardboard. Really been nice. Been surprised with the packaging of stuff lately. It's been nice. So got a guide to winching, owner's manual and safety manual. This newer style from them comes with a new style hook instead of just being the standard ghetto hook. It's got kind of a lame latch on it. This is a big upgrade. This latch is very nice. This hook is made way better than the other series that they have. Remote, this is the main thing for me, is you can run it wired or wireless. It works up to 50 feet. So if I'm trying to load something by myself, I can get in the truck or vehicle and run the winch with this while I drive it up onto the trailer. that was key for this purchase. Little hook that goes on this hook. Got your cable here that ties into the winch that hooks to that controller in case you want to run it wired. I think this is 15 foot or something like that. And then you've got this piece here, a fair lead for where the cable comes out. This thing is beefy, solid aluminum. It's heavy. It's nice and smooth to keep your rope. There's no sharp edges whatsoever. It's built nice. That off, and got the main machine here. And like I said, this thing it's a beast. There's a lot to it. Get your power cables, which I'm going to have to buy a good roll of this stuff to run it all the way from my battery all the way back to my hitch. So that's going to be an expensive purchase, but it'll be headache free. I'll always have power. As long as the batteries in the truck are good, if it's running, I'll be good. Got something in a box here. I don't know quite what this is. Oh, it's a power kill switch, which I was gonna have to buy one of those anyways, but now I don't. Came with it, so that's nice. Battery disconnect switch. Miscellaneous bolts and connections and fittings. Mounting plate, which I don't think I will be needing that because I bought, it's right here, the mount kit for my hitch. Some plastic pieces I'm not sure of. Some more bolts. Looks like stainless. Looks like you got some stainless bolts. This thing's rated. It's got some numbers on it. IP68 and IP69. I think they were. It's like one of the highest ratings for being outside for moisture and anything to do with winches, I guess. So I don't really know what that means, but it sounded good. So let's see if I can pull this. Probably gonna set this down and then pull it out and set it back up here. Yeah, so it's got this plastic wrap on it, but it's so heavy that you can't even. I mean, this thing is super overkill, but it's nice to have more than you need. You buy something that you just need. Say I'm only planning on pulling 6,000 pounds, and I buy a 6,000 pound winch. I'm going to be using it to its max all the time, and that wears it out. So, buy over and only use half its power. Plus, I've got some heavier equipment coming with the business we're starting and getting going. So, having some extra torque and some extra power will be nice if we ever need it. So that's it. I mean, it's, like I said, it's heavy. It's a big piece of machinery. So far, so happy. I'm going to take this kit out of this box now and mount the winch to the frame. I'm sure there's a bunch of pieces, so you guys don't need to see all these pieces of metal come out of here. I'll get that out, start putting it together. We'll go from there. All right, so being that this is from Harbor Freight, and usually anything I get from there, any bolts that hold things together, I'll go around and check and see if they're loose. And this time, and some other times, I'm going to pull every single one of these out one at a time and Loctite them. I had heard that somebody had issues with these bolts down here, which is the bottom, because where it mounts to the frame, which is right there, will come loose. He lost a couple of these just from rattling on the trailer, on the truck, bouncing around. So I'm going to Loctite these, and you can't get to these once this is mounted flat. It's hard to get to them. So I'm going to pull these out, Loctite them. I'd advise you do the same pretty much with almost anything you get from Harbor Freight. This one wasn't loose, but it was not as tight as the rest of them when I went around and tightened them all. Just as an FYI. Got it in to put this in to that rack. You're going to want to slide it into a hitch mount because it's got these little square nuts that go inside the frame of this, and then a bolt goes up through the bottom. So I'll show you here. These bolts go up through the bottom, and those nuts can slide out. So you have to do it at a level like this. And just a little trick, I'll show you what I did. Nothing fancy, but see that earplug in there? So anything foam, because I have those arms on there, I had to put it in at an angle, and when you do that, those nuts will slide out of their square holes. So I shoved a couple earplugs in the holes to hold the nuts in there, went in, set it down, and then put the bolts in, and those earplugs had enough pressure from the foam expanding to hold the nuts in place. So just a little tip. And it looks good. Everything's tight. These brackets actually have 3 different mounting holes here, so they're as straight up as I can get them. You can lay them out farther and farther, but this thing's so heavy, I wanted them as far in as possible, so when I grab it, my arms aren't out super wide. So it's all mounted, ready to go. Just gotta hook it up and get the wiring hooked up and ran to the battery in the truck. So when we do mount, if I have to mount that to another vehicle to pull something else out, I'll have to have a separate battery, and grounding will be easy, and power. You just go straight. I'll have to have a separate cable to go from the winch to an offset battery to power it on a different vehicle if it's not on my main truck. On my main truck, basically all I gotta do is run a power all the way down the frame and be able to hook it to this winch when I put it in. And ground, I just need a place drilled on the frame or something where I can hook the ground cable up to, so that's easy. So it's going to be one issue with trying to use it on a different vehicle, is just having a separate battery to hook it up to, which is not that big a deal. But I think all in all, it'll be a good system. It'll work well. So if anybody's looking at one, this one, it's a monster. It is heavy. I'm guessing it's every bit of 65, 70 pounds, maybe a little bit over that with the frame and the winch. So yeah, you got to be ready. It's almost a 2-person thing to install. So, hope you all enjoyed it, and you might learn something or you don't. But hit that like, subscribe, and if you're looking for a winch that's decent price that can get you out of a pinch, this one right here is a pretty solid machine. I haven't used it yet, but from what I've done and put it together, it's pretty heavy duty. God bless y'all.